Hi everyone, this is Kelly at Omni WordPress Support, and I'm just going to show you how to use Spotlighter. Spotlighter is a WordPress plugin. It's really easy to use, and its focus pretty much is to click on a link and to highlight some text. It's going to be the way you use it 90% of the time. You can also have external actions, but the way I use it is if I want to highlight one main thing on the page when someone clicks on a link. So an example of this is when I click on here, it's bringing out that next sentence, and the user's definitely going to read that. So yeah, and you might also surprise your reader a bit. They might be like, "Oh, that's really cool." And you see how the background it has become darkened. We call that carpeting, and the attributes for that are carpet color and carpet opacity. Okay, just to remember that. And then I'll take you through this box and the different attributes to make it look pretty. All right. So you also can have this multiple targets, and you can also have external actions. So we made the whole screen go black. I'm not going to really take you through that one. I'm just going to really show you this one in depth, and then you can go through. There's really good tutorial on this website. Okay, so like our other, if you use Toggler or Boxify or any of our other plugins, they use shortcode. The first shortcode is a switch. You're going to have the word role equals switch in double quotations. Essentially, think of this as a light switch. So you're going to put the link in between an open spotlight and a closed spotlight shortcode. And so just like this inside the code or inside your content, you have an open spotlight and a closed spotlight, and you're clicking here. All right, and so this white box, okay, that's your target. So that's this second line of code: spotlight, role, target, and some text. Okay, so I'm just going to quickly take you down to the attribute section. Generally in the opening tag, you're going to have roles. All right, it's either going to be a switch or a target. A connector helps if you have a lot of if you end up doing a lot of spotlights. You need to help us a little bit and tell WordPress which target belongs to which switch, and this is really important if you do multiple targets. Like when we go back up to the top here, you see highlighted text. This uses multiple targets. So there's one switch, but there's actually 4 lines that have targets. And so we need you to use that connector to help us keep track of who needs to be highlighted and who doesn't. EXT, you're only going to use EXT when you're doing external targets. And while we're here, I'll just quickly explain external targets. External targets don't actually have, you only have one bracket. You don't actually do the second target bracket because you're just putting your target inside with the switch. So in this case, it's role, switch, and then ext. This has to point to a div. It's either a div ID or a div class. And so you need to know, if you want like a sidebar to disappear, you need to know the div of that sidebar. So if this is kind of going over your head, like what's a div, you're probably going to have to do a little bit more research to figure out how to use external targets. Okay. So attributes, the carpet color and the carpet opacity, this goes in with the switch. The first, let's take you up here. So in the switch, this is the switch. So carpet opacity and carpet color will go in here, and then all the rest of the attributes like text color, background, padding or pad. You can use pad or padding. We use both words. Radius, border width, and border color. Okay. So I'm just going to show you just one good example, actually putting the code in, and then I'm going to set you loose. All right. So over here, if you've seen any of the other tutorials, I always seem to reuse this big long post. And I don't even think I've ever actually really posted this post anywhere. I just use it for tutorials. So go ahead and click edit, and let's start. So work in your visual tab. It makes life easier, and I always put my first spotlight on its own line. Alright, so spotlighter or spotlight, either one, equals, and the first thing you need to usually put is switch, and you got to spell it right. And excuse my awesome typing skills. Okay, and then I usually always put the connector. If you only have one, you're not going to have to do this, but you never know, you might add one later on, and it's always good to have a connector. So let's just call it example 1. Alright, that's easy. And then let's put some carpet in there. There is defaults, so if you don't, we could leave this out, but I want to change it. So I believe for carpet color the default is black. I haven't tried this plugin in a little while. So opacity. Now opacity and transparency are kind of related. The lower the number, hope I get this one right. I always have to test it. 20 means it's going to be pretty transparent. If you did 100, it's going to be pitch black. Yeah, let's see if I'm right. I'm not sure. Alright, so put your end bracket, okay, and then so this is still the opening tag, so you got to do a closing tag for your switch. So square bracket slash, and then do spotlighter. Okay. Now you just need to tell WordPress a target, okay? When they click on this, what's going to get highlighted? Let's just do the first line. We'll be lazy today. Spotlighter role equals target, okay? Put in that connector right away. Let's help WordPress know what you want it to do. And then after that, you just start putting in the attributes. And I'm just going to put them all in, just so you can see them all. So let's start with a border, because if you don't have a border, things don't show up very well. So border width, I always go for like a 3. Then we do, border color. And then we can do border color. What color did we do? The carpet's blue, so let's do border color red. And you can see you can just put in, you don't have to put in RGB or hex codes for your color. You can just put in red, white, blue. Alright, some padding. Padding is the space between your text and the border. So internal padding, similar to CSS padding. I usually just put it at 10. I think the default is set to 5 in, so if you didn't put any in. Radius is to make nice rounded corners. I always put it usually to 10 or 20. And we got background, so that's the background color of your box. And let's see here, what have we done so far? Let's go white. I like white boxes. And then text color. Let's go. Let's do green. I think we've used every color possible, and I think I've used everything. All right, let's have a look. Oh, you always got to put in your close. So you see I'm down here and put in the spotlighter. And before I hit update, I'm just going to double check. So spotlighter equals switch, connector, example 1, carpet color equals blue, carpet opacity equals 20. Here's the link that's going to be, that we're going to be able to click on. And we have a closing short code. Perfect. All right, now we encapsulate our target. So it's still spotlighter role equals target. Good. Connector example 1. So long as these two are the same, okay, it can be anything. You could say step 1, and as long as they're the same. Border width 3, border color red, padding equals 10, radius equals 10, background equals white, text color equals green, and we closed it with a bracket. It looks good to me. Let's have a look. And click. There you go. Spotlighter. Alright, so thanks for watching this tutorial, and you guys can always email me at support@omniwordpress.com, And let us know any feedback, any tutorials you want me to do. And we love building plugins. Nemo, the developer, he builds a plugin about one a day. So if you have a plugin that you wish was out there but no one's built it yet, let us know. We'd love to make it. All right, take care.